suddenly is in the hunt.
Mensur Suljovic with a dozen darter gets the job done in the very, very last leg of the match and pick up the priceless 2 points.
Only Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen have ever finished top. What an incredible achievement.
Look at the reaction from Rob Cross. Oh my!
That is incredible.
Go on! Sensational Suljovic!
Darting entertainment at its finest.
Darts fever is gripping South Yorkshire as top-class tungsten hits the Steel City. Daryl Gurney meets Gerwyn Price in a crucial battle for playoff places. Michael Van Gerwen hopes to knock Rob Cross off top spots. A very warm welcome to night 15 of the Unibet Premier League. Live from the Fly DSA Arena, it should be a special night in Sheffield. There are just 2 rounds of action left with our roadshow hitting Leeds next week. We'll make it through to the playoffs at the O2 in London on May 23rd. Tonight we'll move a step closer to finding out the semi-final lineup. These fans in for a real treat tonight. Opening up the night, Michael Smith against James Wade. A win for Wade should seal his playoff place. Mensur Suljovic faces Rob Cross. Rob Cross qualifies for the playoffs with a draw. Big match third up, 5th against 6th. Gurney against Price. And rounding off the night, Michael Van Gerwen takes on Peter Wright. Van Gerwen qualifies for the playoffs with a win. Good evening, Sheffield. Rob Cross aiming to make darting history tonight by becoming only the 3rd player in Premier League history to finish top of the league. Taylor and Van Gerwen have dominated for the last 14 years. Can he join that exclusive group? John Park, Wayne Mardle? It's a massive task for him, but it will be an incredible achievement.
Oh, it's maybe the biggest achievement if you've won a world championship. Aside from that, to be that consistent to actually take the title. Only Taylor and Van Gerwen have done it. It's 4 months of being supreme, better than everyone else, including the likes of Van Gerwen and/or Taylor, when Van Gerwen did it a few times. So it really would mean a lot, and he's thinking about getting that job done tonight. He doesn't want to leave it till the last week.
Incredible that 14 years only Taylor and Van Gerwen have finished top of the league.
Well, again, it shows you how difficult it is to do. And 2 of the finest players the world has ever seen ever, Michael Van Gerwen and Phil Taylor. Rob Cross has a chance. His destiny is in his own hands, and he can top the league. There is no doubt about it. What he's got going for him, he's got a great game anyway, but mentally, you have to be able to... We've played in the league. We know how difficult it is week in, week out. Some weeks it's not going to go your way. You've got to put that to one side, come back, and then just get up on here again and put that to one side and play again. Week in, week out, they're doing that. He's playing tour events in between all that, and there's more events now than ever. It would be some achievement. It's not done yet, but like I said, it's in his hands.
Last week, the darting mayhem hit Manchester.
On nights like this that really make the Premier League come alive. Over 10,000 here in Manchester. Will the real Michael Smith please stand up? The real Rob Cross has stood up in this Premier League.
Brilliant finishing from Rob Cross. He's finding things difficult. It's just not going his way. Harrowing, Mosey. That is brutal. Look at the reaction from Rob Cross. All he's thinking about is the playoffs. That's where he will be.
What has Mensur Suljovic and Peter Wright got in store? Lovely combination finish. Pop, pop, pop for Mensur Suljovic. Bullseye! Yes, Peter.
Oh, and he finds it. You can see what it means to the big Austrian. That's exactly what Peter Wright wanted.
And Mensur Suljovic, with a dozen darter, gets the job done in the very, very last leg of the match.
It's up to Daryl Gurney here to rise to the big occasion.
And Gurney's done it. That's 76. He's 4-0 up against Michael Van Gerwen.
With the hour for Michael Van Gerwen. Brilliant dart. He knows how much it means. He's really, really struggling. What a win. What a performance. Gurney takes out Van Gerwen.
It's the last match of an epic evening of arrows in Manchester. Gerwyn Price saying to James Wade, just take your time. You're wandering into the exclusion zone, and finishes to some tune with a real quality 1-2-2. This is clinically cleaning up is James Wade again. A big win. Ta-ta and farewell.
Temper spraying in that last match between Wade and Price. It's Rob Cross who leads the 120 points after a great win over Michael Smith. Michael van Gerwen slips to second, his third defeat of this campaign. Wade looking good in third, Mensur, Suljovic in the last of the playoff places. You can see how important tonight's match between Gurney and Price is. Fifth against sixth. Defeat for either and the playoff dreams are in tatters. Just one league night remaining. That's Leeds next week. John, still so much to play for.
There really is, and especially with Mensur having to play Rob Cross and Michael van Gerwen in the last 2 weeks. That just opens up and makes this game tonight between Price and Gurney so important. They both got to expect that they can get at least level, and level might do it against Mensur because his legs difference is kind of low for his position. So he really has to do something special and pick up at least 1 point somewhere.
We're in the tightest Premier League ever?
Yeah, I think so. It's just the way that they're nicking points off each other, but nothing's been taken for granted from absolutely everyone. The way Michael van Gerwen started this Premier League, he's won his first 3 games. We was all waxing lyrical, saying, oh, he's going to win every game, he's going to go unbeaten. Can he win them all? Well, the 4th week, no. The thing is, these players now, they're so good and they're so consistent, even when they're off of their top game. And Gerwyn Price is brilliant for this at the moment. When he's not on his top game, he's still hard to beat. James Wade is in top gear. Rob Cross, when he's not had the best of weeks, normally against Michael van Gerwen, he's coming back and producing. Look, these guys have got it, and that's why they're sharing the points.
So running through the matches tonight, Smith kicks off against Wade. Wade qualified tonight.
Yeah, and you know, he really has Smith's number historically. He just does well against Michael Smith for whatever reason, but all pressure inside of the league off of Smith now. He's just looking to relax and have a result against somebody he's struggled with.
Suljovic in the crucial 4th position at the moment. Tough run in for him, as John mentioned.
Yeah, Suljovic has been very good in the last 5 or 6 weeks of nicking the last legs or nicking the really important legs. But Rob Cross, for me, apart from Michael van Gerwen and James Wade, they're the 3 likely winners. I've been saying it for weeks. I think Rob's got it all going for him right now.
Gurney against Price, nail-biting.
Oh, it's just such a huge match. Really, it's almost kind of elimination. It isn't really, but I think that Gurney really has the hard job there because Price has his number on television.
And Van Gerwen against Wright. Van Gerwen should win.
Well, Peter Wright isn't playing well, and the heads don't make good reading for Peter Wright. He's been beaten by Michael van Gerwen 55 times. That's a lot of times to get the one over someone. It's incredible.
Wait, check out these stats. What do you make of them?
Well, when you look at, we've said it year in, year out, that the averages are a guide. They really are a guide, but the top 3 averages, they are the top 3 in the league. But you look at the double percentages, Michael van Gerwen, Rob Cross and James Wade, look, that's why they're there. The finishing under pressure is absolutely fantastic. But what I think is really interesting is Michael Smith. Michael Smith at this point last year was 2nd in the league. He now can't qualify this year because, not of his scoring, because he was finishing. His scoring's been decent, maybe even as good as last year. It shows you've got to score, you've got to finish, but you've also got to have good timing.
Smith dangerous in this first game then. Nothing to play for.
Well, that's just it. He can come up here, he could try and just establish something. We know he's going to score well, he's going to play well, he's going to try and hit maybe a 9-dart leg. These are the sorts of things you're free to think about in this situation, and we know we can deliver that.
A Yorkshire doubleheader, it's going to be 2 great weeks of darts.
Look, it's going to be, and the nerves are starting to show, aren't they? They're starting to tell. Last week there was a few players that were up here was thinking, hold on, they're getting a bit knocked with each other now.
Yeah.
We want to see more of it tonight.
Cheers, boys. Sheffield, are you ready for darts? Let's play.
That is why he's the Premier League champion. Incredible! The drama, the sheer drama of it all.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the Fly DSA Arena in the magnificent city of Sheffield! very special welcome to the Unibet Premier League. We're live on Sky Sports, and now for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, a former Premier League champion and the winner of 9 televised titles, it's the machine, James Wright! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Shanghai Dance Masters, a Premier League and World Championship finalist, and the former World Youth Champion, the Bully Boy, Michael Smith!
Nerve-jangling night, Sheffield. Smith against Wade, don't the night. A win for Wade would effectively seal his playoff place tonight.
Well, yeah, that put him on 19 points, but also the legs difference as well, which he's got the leg up on the players chasing him behind him. This is a tough game, it really is. Michael Smith, I think he's been playing well. His timing's been poor, his doubling has not been what it was last year. But his scoring, his rhythm, his pace, I think has been good. Just every now and again, he's like that little bit of composure on the outer ring, and that's cost him dear.
He's looking very relaxed tonight, eh?
Yeah, do you know what? The last few weeks, I've quite fancied him to do a job, and he hasn't got it done because of his misses on the doubles. He's 37% throughout the season, and James Wade is 46% on the outer ring. That's a huge plus for James, and he's hitting more 180s than ever. So everything points to James Wade, but this season you just never know.
Wade flying high, playing brilliant dance this season. Yeah,
he looks so calm, so cool, confident. And the way he dispatched of Gerwyn Price last week in a real kind of full affair, he did well. No, I think this is going last leg, and I wouldn't like to call it, to be fair.
John Park, Rod Study commentary team.
Thanks, Dave. Yes, as we arrived in Sheffield, the playoff picture in the Premier League as cloudy and unclear as the Yorkshire weather, but the mist will evaporate over this week and next when we're in Leeds, and the 4 players will emerge for finals night at the O2. James Wade very much odds on to be amongst the Fab 4 in London. 3rd in the league with a great record against 43. Michael Smith, having won his last 9 meetings against the Bully Boy. If he extends that sequence, he'll be almost there. And it's very much a welcome return to the broadcast booth to the great John Part. Welcome, John. Welcome.
Thank you, Rod. Yeah, it feels great being here again, and especially 100 with the a whole range of matches we have, all the different things going on. It's not just one issue about who's getting in, but it's who's going to finish top. And I'm not sure which I'm more interested in, because as we were discussing at the open of the show there, to be the league leader at the final night before the semis is probably the hardest thing he can do in darts, maybe short of winning a world championship. Certainly you must have that talent, which is undeniable. 131.
James Wade has the current league leader, Rob Cross, to play next week. If Cross does finish top, he'll trouser a cheque for £25,000 before he gets all his playoff bonus money on top.
And I think it's very much deserved for whoever does top it.
Certainly. Reaching the top of any league is a very hard thing to do, as Michael Smith cans the 76. Takes the opening leg of the evening's Arras entertainment here in South Yorkshire.
So, of course, James Wade is going to have to get a little more serious, dig in a little more. You're seeing Michael Smith play darts, hit his doubles, and maybe that's his weak point. So if he's hitting his doubles, that means he could be causing problems for Wade further into the match.
Well, this match a very simple equation, but
100.
all these matches this evening will fit into the league as we see, with Wade third at this moment in time. And the bottom four, Michael Smith right at the bottom, he's eliminated, and so is Peter Wright. The matches later get a bit more complex, John. I think the producer had too much time on his hands. He's gone through a full list of every possible equation. We'll be here till the end of play.
Is there one where I win? Or Wayne maybe.
No.
Okay.
Very much an impossibility even when you were playing.
Yes, it did seem kind of hard to make that top four. I have to agree with that. And that was before there was as many tournaments as there are in the calendar alongside of, well, the Premier League's running. It just drains you. And these guys are really professional to keep making these appearances, perform at this standard with everything else they are required to do as professional dart players. This 25 for tops, and it's 1-1. All we've needed is one dart at double in each leg so far. A nice steady start.
Well, Wayne was quite right. He was talking about Michael Smith's finishing this year. It's been abject. He's right at the bottom of the finishing stats with 37% at double, and he's been really poor the last few weeks, whereas Wade, second only to Van Gerwen in that statistical category, having hit 47% of his shots at double.
And when we say how darts improves, and we often talk about the averages, but that 37% at double, there was a time when that was a great average to win a tournament with overall, maybe 20 years ago. Somewhere along the way, you had to get better than 50% to even flirt with that.
Here he goes. Looking for another maximum to add to his tally of 49 in the tournament, which is the best in that category, the best scorer and the worst finisher.
94.
Double 18? Yes. Tops. Wowzer, he's finishing well tonight. 11 dart leg from the bully boy.
Well, he's pretty relaxed so far. I guess most of his problems, though, if he has them, they are in the crunch at the end of the match. So it's really hard to tell. It's nice to see him throwing well, though, and I'd sure like to get the scoring going better. As he hit the 5 there on the first dart.
When they met earlier on in the Premier League this year, it was in Rotterdam on the second night of play in the Netherlands. Michael Smith missed double 12 for a 9 dart leg in the very first leg of the match. And Wade completed a brilliant victory by 7 legs to 4. It's a terrific game, that.
60.
A mini opening here for Smith if he can get a nice big score, and he's got a great first dart. He's applying the pressure.
140.
But another ton or even 140 and he probably gets a chance. Well, saying that, Wade trying to take this 2, 8, 4, and 6 to prevent the chance.
Well, he wanted more. You can see that he wanted more. He fears that wasn't enough. It won't be enough if Wade hits the double 12. Bingo! And between them, the two players have hit 4 consecutive darts at double, and the match is all square at 2 apiece.
Wasn't the first leg
100.
of last week's action a 1-4-4 finish? Mensur Suljovic last week. So this is the traditional opening we're establishing here. The gross finish.
Yes,
99.
was indeed. And Mensur's ultimately 8-6 success over Peter Wright. Is this the first? Indeed it is. 5-star start here in Sheffield.
140.
Some golden arrows in the Steel City.
93.
You know, and we have mentioned Smith maybe not having the best timing, but you know that's maybe unfair too. A lot of the time, it's the other guys he's playing against have fantastic timing against him. And there's a well-timed maximum to really put pressure on Smith holding his throne. Must get a treble 20 for a bullseye. And he does so! What a defensive throw. A 1-2-8 finish, and James Wade can't help but smile a little bit looking at that.
Well, a maximum apiece. 5 out of 5 on double between the two players. A 1-4-4 from James Wade, an outshot. A 1-2-8 to counter by Michael Smith, the outshot. And all that adds up to a 3-2 advantage to the eliminated Bully Boy. They can knock a dent here in Wade's playoff hopes. Despite Wade averaging 105, it's been dwarfed by Smith's 107.
Yeah, they're doing an awful lot of work here, Rod, to stay on the throw.
Yeah.
100.
Who'll crack first? Will anybody crack? Will it finish 7 apiece?
And certainly every leg, especially the last two, have been under pressure. And questions
60.
are being asked and answered correctly.
Pressure here. Oh, there would have been
80.
60 points more pressure on Wade. It would have been 1-2-1 left. Breathing space then.
Breathing space doesn't always help you. You just relax a little bit, you lose the bit between the teeth, and they end up getting 65. And well, 96 certainly manageable, but could have been better.
84. Change required 96.
Well, double 18, double top here, you'd feel. There's one of them. And this time he goes over the top. The first dart at double missed in the match, and a chance for Smith to break.
Well, he had 94 with 2 darts quite easily. Won't be doing that here, and he won't get a shot for the double even. Although he does hit one in the end.
Change required 40.
It's Wade to hold if he can get that tops. He's opted for double 10, you feel.
30.
Let's let him down though.
Well, Michael Smith
20.
accidentally hit double top. James Wade couldn't hit it deliberately or double 10. They both love double 10. And Smith in the end hits his favourite double where Wade missed it. He's 4-2 up now.
Game on.
I was going to say it's a meaningless result for Michael Smith, but that's not actually strictly true, because if he could move up
30.
From 8th to 7th in the league ladder, he'd pick up another $5,000. I'm sure he could find a very good use for.
And you're always auditioning
60.
for tomorrow as well, Rod, or for next year even. You always got to be your best when you're professional. You got to show that you'll perform no matter what.
Absolutely.
140.
The competition requires that, it demands that. Brilliant darts from Wade to rally. After missing 4 darts to level the match, 4 darts at double, he hits his second maximum to threaten
60.
a break back. If he does get beat, the main beneficiaries are going to be Suljovic, Gurney and Price, who are lined up right behind him on the league ladder.
$76.
You know, one place that James is happy about his statistic is that legs difference, though. It really, even if he does lose here,
60.
he probably still should be okay in the event of a draw on points, right?
Yes, but he's going to play Cross next week. So he could, if he loses here, he could easily end up marooned on 17, which would not be enough.
93. James Gerwen,
He enjoyed his first effort against Cross, though, immensely, though, didn't he? So he might be relishing that.
121. Michael Gerwen, 102.
Oh, tops now.
82. James
Going to put him 5-2 up with a second ton plus finish. Wow, Wade wild. And again. And he hits, ending a streak of 6 successive missed darts at double.
They flag James to throw.
Wade breaks straight back.
Game on.
Wade has the darts.
And Wade, because of all his success in the past against Michael Smith, he won't panic being behind it all. Not that he would against anybody, really. It's not in his nature, but he'll still feel confident that he can still end the match, the victor.
On a run of 15 wins in 16 meetings against Michael Smith.
140.
Another good weekend for him on the European Tour. He reached the semi-finals in Austria.
81. $85.
Oh, it could be a third of the match, and that would have left 60.
140.
Leaves 100. The Wade throw under huge threat.
98. Michael Gerwen, 100.
Treble 20. 2 tops. No, he stayed at the treble, but he didn't get it.
80.
And gets one of those tops at the end he could have opted for. It's James Wade with the Shanghai on the 20s needed. Let's get the treble to hold his throw.
Overpitched and then overcompensated.
60.
Now
Michael
3 at double
20.
10 here. He's made this long odds on that Smith will go out, but will he?
10.
And that's the kind of thing that has blighted him over the last 3 or 4 weeks in the Premier League. Will he be punished? He will. Last dart in hand, double 10. Michael Smith squanders the 2-leg advantage. It's 4 apiece.
But he comes right back into this leg with the maximum.
60.
Not much answer from Wade. Smith, well, I guess, like I was saying earlier too, that he's not really playing to get through. You're thinking about 9-dart games, and there's a 9-dart game master, Dennis Priestley, in the audience enjoying the action tonight.
A great Yorkshireman,
140.
great artist and a great champion, the great Dennis Priestley. What a man. They're the first
58.
PDC World Championship. Didn't pay for quite as much money in those days, John, did they? Goodness me. The winner of the Premier League, well, this year will collect £250,000. Could it be James Wade for the second time? Well, he's given himself a chance here. Remember, this is a leg which featured a max for Michael Smith.
It's so hard when that first dart isn't anywhere near the treble to make an adjustment of any sort, and just couldn't get the distance, although both these outs quite doable. Treble 14, double 11. Just a little too much on it. If it was straight down a line lower, it would have been in.
Got to find the treble 20. Double 18. Oh, they thought it was in the audience. It's not in, it's just outside.
22.
2 11s. 2 11s. And again, Michael Smith ends up missing
36.
4 at a double in this leg. This would be typical last start in hand, Wade. But not this time.
Again, not quite close enough to work with those darts as a guide visually. This time he goes right at the first dart, cost him, but it's double 4, and he gets that one. And he didn't want to think about those at all. He hurried up the pace there, and it worked for him. And sometimes that does work. I don't know that it's always the best way to go, but once you've been struggling a bit at double, maybe it is. Inside of a leg, I mean.
Well, the doubling has become frenetic. Remember, we started off in this match, and the 2 players between them hit the first 5 attempts at the double. Well, since then, they've only hit between them 4 out of 26. All the fun of the fair.
60.
And either player could be thinking now, well, I should be in a much better position than I am if I just hit 1 or 2 more doubles. But the fact is, Smith leads 5-4. And if Wade is to win, he's got to win 4 legs now out of the remaining 5.
125.
And that amounts to him only being able to afford to lose 1 leg, and he doesn't want it to be this leg.
96.
Not that he has much say in it at this point, because that in a double 18 make it 6-4 if he gets it.
60.
Well, he had a 1-4-4 in the first leg of the match. Can he get a 1-4-6? No. Can only apply pressure, and the way they've been going at double, it might matter.
94. Michael, you require
Michael Smith has missed 10 darts to double in the last 3 legs. Should get that. Crikey, double 9. Well, that's a dozen darts missed at double in 3 legs by Michael Smith as the frailties on the outer ring have come back to haunt him. Wade wants tops, but he's got his own double trouble to worry about. Well, incredible stuff here. Michael Smith, it really is dart vu for Michael Smith. He's seen all this in the last 3 or 4 weeks. He must feel that he's watching a lowlights reel from the last few weeks. He's playing well enough to win, but hasn't hit the doubles again. Painful for the bully boy, it really is. One of the worst feelings in darts, John, isn't it? When you're on top and you get into the double first, you just can't hit one, and it just becomes an epidemic, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and especially in this situation of being here, he's not really playing. He can't play to get through or anything. You think, come on, just go in. What? Give me a break.
140.
Well, he missed match darts in a major against James Wade. Back end of last year was made to pay.
125.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's in with a squeak here of going in front, James Wade, for the first time. And in fact, he's now got a chance. He's going to get 2 darts to take the lead here, Wade.
You require 56.
And the confidence of getting that last dart double 10, I think, will help him here. Straight at that tops. Good marker.
16.
Oh, but he overpitched it.
Michael, you require 40.
Well, Michael Smith, this time the man to be reprieved.
No score.
Well, if you weren't watching it, you wouldn't believe it.
Require 40.
Surely no further reprieve. Wade leads for the first time in the match as Smith's missed double count in the last 4 legs goes to 15 darts. And in the match to 19, but Wade, mind you, has missed 14. Amazing. It is a missed double-a-thon, but no less entertaining for that. In fact, some would say this is when it really does get entertaining.
Well, of course, that's why it's a game. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing is, and you have to play, and you go through your patches where you're hitting everything, and you go through patches where you're not. And we start, like they say, they started the match
60.
well. Sometimes I wonder when you start the match hitting a lot of 180s and 140s the first few legs, it's hard to keep that up. I mean, sometimes maybe just you want to pace yourself. We can't. We're always trying to perform our best. You get what you get when you get it. You just have to deal with it.
Exactly. The Flight disappears, but the dart hits the target.
140.
Wade's 14th ton 40 to go with his 3 maxes. Can he open up a 2-leg lead here over his adversary? Oh, lovely mixed bag of big trebles.
161.
Well, I would have liked the treble 18 the last start to leave 130, but it's bullseye for a 161. James Wade says, forget that, math. It's over. I've got a point at least. Maybe another just for some insurance purposes.
140.
Well, it's been a right royal struggle on the outer ring, but he
59.
absolutely pinned the pip in there. 161. Remember, he had a 144 in the 4th leg of the match too, and Michael Smith a 128 on the bullseye in the 5th leg
81.
also. Well, James Wade has earned a point, remember, with that bullseye finish, because he's now reached 7 legs to guarantee at least a draw in this matchup. And if he wins
100.
by winning one of the next 2 legs, well, he'll be virtually there. There is some kind of mathematical minutiae that suggests he won't, but in all intents and purposes, James Wade will qualify with a win.
We've never had it this congested at this time of the league. We have to be very careful what we assure people is right and wrong, because so many permutations still available.
124.
Wade wins, he'll be at the O2, John. You have my personal guarantee.
Well, you buy him his ticket if he doesn't get in through this.
140.
Double eight, he hasn't won yet, has he? Because Michael Smith here can go to within 1. There it is. Brilliant leg from Michael Smith, in all fairness. And now James Wade. George Noble says the 14th and final leg. If he holds, he wins. If he's broken, it's a draw.
And it's still a deciding leg of sorts. Decides whether it's a draw or a win.
Yep.
140. 99.
Only 58 in front, so if Michael Smith can hit a big un, that's
60.
not a big un. And Wade now favourite again. Strong favourite. Oh, not now though. What's happening here? What's happening here? So unlike James Wade. You'd have fancied him to close out in 15 darts or fewer, John, wouldn't you?
Perhaps.
96.
I wouldn't rule out a maximum here, though. He can turn it on and off a bit.
100.
Well, it's Smith's to take. If he can do 205 and 6. First part of that is hopefully getting a treble. Yes.
100.
He'll be back for that 105.
Well, hasn't switched well in the last couple of visits in this leg, has he?
51. Michael, you require 105.
Now, options here for Michael Smith. Treble 18 would have left 32, so Wade will get a stab at this on the 18s. He'll hope to hit at least 1 treble, first 2 darts, which would leave the bull. If he can hit 2 trebles, it's double 7. Can he hit 1 treble? No. Well, it's been a really ordinary leg, to be fair, from Wade, because that's the 18th dart he's thrown and he hasn't got to a double. Smith to break and draw the match and put a minor dent in James Wade's playoff hopes. A point keeps him in 3rd spot, but by the end of the evening things may look a lot different to that. Wade really needed a win there against the bottom of the table bully boy. He has to settle for a 7-all draw.
And it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump.
Premier League live from Sheffield. Michael Smith, James Wade, 7 apiece in the opening match of the evening. Coming next, Mensur Suljovic against Rob Cross. Then a real nail-biter, Daryl Gurney against Gerwyn Price. And rounding off the night, mighty Michael van Gerwen takes on Peter Snakebite Wright. Tense battle to open up the evening. Smith, missing doubles. Wade, looked like he was going to close out the victory. But Smith kept his cool. A 7-7 draw. Fascinating. Wade, 18 points, stays third. Could easily be caught though. Michael Smith, 10 points so far. John, thoughts on that? Wade should have won it really, shouldn't he?
It was presented to him. I think Smith struggled more on the doubles by far than Wade did. And perhaps it's a bit contagious at times when you see your opponent missing a lot of doubles and you just sort of lose your edge a tiny bit. And I think it happened to James there. But he did get a point. He does have a very good leg difference. So he's going to feel very confident next week, although he has to play Rob Cross.
It's a tough match in Leeds, isn't it, against Rob Cross?
Yes, he had some good success against him earlier in the season, and he got a victory there comprehensively. So he'll be hoping he can repeat it. But the thing is, Rob Cross is now in a whole different position. He's looking to close out with style, I'm sure. Even if he achieves a lock on the first position this week, Rob Cross will still be there next week to put emphasis on it.
And Rob Cross up next against Suljovic. Your thoughts on this one?
Well, yeah, I think it's a must-get-a-point match for Mensur. Just get a point at least and put the pressure on those guys below you. Certainly, James Wade getting a point puts some pressure on the Gurney and Price. If Mensur gets a point or even two, then it gets really desperate for Gurney and Price.
Cross leading the way at the moment. Can he hang on to that lead?
I think he can. It's in his own hands. He's been really playing well, really exceptionally well, except against one man, and that's MVG. But he doesn't have to play him. He's playing a very determined, gritty Mensur Suljovic. He's played very well. And Mensur really needs those points, though, like I'm saying, because his leg difference isn't so good. And it's costing him now, because if he gets into a draw on the points in the league table, he'll probably lose.
Cheers. Suljovic against Cross coming next, live from Sheffield.
Talk about me, you better hashtag problem. Hashtag problem.
Simply sensational! That is incredible.
Where do you know me from? 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 Where do you know me from?
Oh, that is unbelievable!
My name is the problem.
Sensational Suljovic!
Live in the flesh.
Mensur Suljovic, too good!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Steel City of Sheffield! And the Unibet Premier League, that's brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome Austria's #1, the winner of the German Dance Masters, and the winner of the Champions League, the gentle Mensur Suljovic! Gentlemen, the winner of 6 PDC ranking events, the reigning Melbourne Dance Master. And ladies and gentlemen, he is top of the league, the former champion of the world, 40, Rob Cross!
Of Rob Cross, and why not? Top of the league. The draw, and he qualifies for the playoffs. Be the first man guaranteed a place in there, John.
Yes, and I think it would really please him, but winning the whole thing, the league portion of it, that would be the real icing on the cake, the crowning achievement of his career. In this year, any case, really, Rob Cross, he's been playing so well and so much more like in 2017 season-wise. In 2019, and it's great to have him back so regular now.
It's on average nearly 100, 99.92. It's really solid dance, hasn't it?
It's beyond solid. It's just fantastic, and he really gets the best out of himself. And from the onset of Rob Cross as a professional dart player, that's what he was doing. He kind of lost his way a bit as world champ, but he's back to playing and enjoying the game and not feeling that weight of the world on top of you. He's just that much better. But I think if he ever gets that title back again, he'll know how to deal with it.
Suljovic, 4th place at the moment, in the playoff places as it stands, but a tough couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's really got to get something done. He's got to find, I think, 1 point somewhere at least, because his leg difference isn't any good, and 1 point might not be enough, really. So Mensur, though, he's been so good under pressure. The problem with that is, though, he's been under pressure too many times, too many close games, and that's where that leg difference, only +6, although he's 4th in the table.
A night of pressure here in Sheffield. Wayne Malden, Stuart Pike in commentary.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. John Part spot on about Rob Cross enjoying his darts again, and that has been the case, certainly in the Premier League. Good average, checking out at 45%, which over this distance, over nearly 4 months, it's some going. But the pressure is all on Mensur. We sort of take it for granted now, don't we, that Cross and Van Gerwen have qualified for the O2. Wayne, Van Gerwen effectively needs just one more point.
123.
But 4-2 won't go, and how much of a blow will that point be for James Wade? Will it be a friend or a foe? We shall see.
Yeah, the pressure is on them all. And this man, he knows that
100.
got to get something from this game. So if he doesn't, he's going to have to get something from MVG next week. Doable, but difficult.
On the flip side, he beats Rob Cross, he beats Michael Van Gerwen, he's in.
Simple. He beat Rob Cross last time.
96.
That was an odd game when they met. First time round, Rob Cross took the lead 5-1. And then great efforts. And then Mensur reeled off all the remaining legs
16.
to beat Rob 7-5.
Mensur telling the tables he suffered at not being able to put opponents away, and
16.
on that occasion in Rotterdam he did. So much of this Premier League is going to come down to one night of darts, isn't it, in Leeds next week, you feel?
There's been so many kind of hard luck stories week in, week out, where a player could have said, oh, I should have got another point there, or he got lucky, I got unlucky. There's been 66 matches played so far, and 27 of them have gone to the deciding leg, as Rob hits the first max of this match. So in all those matches that have gone the last leg, of course there's going to be hard luck stories. Of course you need to ride your luck every now and again, or someone's going to get unlucky, someone's going to get lucky. It's just the way it is.
42.
So for the perfect start. Break of throw in the opening leg.
Got to go low, obviously.
Oh,
look at that, used it.
Rob Cross.
Very good.
Second leg is Rob to throw first.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, or last week actually, when Rob played Michael Smith, he was just fantastic on 32, and he started again.
97.
Yeah, mentioning his finishing 45% throughout the whole tournament. If you're checking out at that sort of standard, you're not going to be far away.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, Michael Van Gerwen, James Wade, Rob Cross, the best double hitters in the Premier League this year.
100.
And as it stands, in positions 1, 2 and 3 in the league.
Yeah. And that first dart was perfect. So the darts 2 and 3. Averaging 111, running in the second leg, but Rob Cross has settled. Mensur not being given time to settle. Needs something to happen. This is a huge game for both players. Mensur trying to give himself the best opportunity to qualify for the O2. Rob Cross looking to join Michael Van Gerwen and Phil Taylor as the only players ever in the history of the Premier League to top the league table.
He's going about it the right way so far.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
140.
Mensur's averaging around 100, but just isn't getting a look in.
Yeah, not good enough.
Double 16 for an 11-darter.
Game shot on the second leg. Rob Cross.
Well, at the moment, he really is too good.
Game on.
Rob Cross last week finished off 11-11-11, and he's at it again with an 11. It's 4 in 5 legs.
100.
Rob Cross joined Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen when he won the World Championship. His name went on to the Sid Waddell Trophy as it's his 4th maximum, and this is the start of the 3rd leg. This is amazing from Rob Cross. Can Rob join those two again? and win this league phase.
60.
He's going about it the right way, Stu.
He just looks in the mood, doesn't he, in that zone. And Mensur, at the moment, just not on the same level.
Well, the crowd booing because a 9-darter wasn't hit. Probably the toughest achievement in sport, a 9-darter, you feel? There's only ever been 7 in the Premier League. That's how difficult it is since 2005. Averaging 123.38.
Mensur 161.
Well, as ridiculous as it sounds, this is the best chance he's had for a leg.
60. Rob, you require 108.
Well, is it the 19s route for Rob Cross? You would think so.
Yeah, he took this out a few weeks ago. When he blocked it, it was one of the best darts I've seen. Well, that crept in. Double 16. Look at that.
92. Mensur require 101.
Well, you feel that the way this match is developing, Mensur has to get this. Treble 15 the shot. Double 18 to finish it off.
83. Rob, you require
Well, first
16.
dart is had at a double. He may not get another one in this leg.
Well, running at 45% on the outer ring, the odds suggest that he won't get a shot.
Rob Cross.
3-0 Rob Cross. And just talking about, like we were, about the legs and the legs differences and everything else. If Rob Cross can do a real number, a real number, like a to nil or to 1, Rob Cross's legs difference will look good. Could well be better than MVG's. Suljovic in all sorts of bother.
Well, I'll tell you, he'll be watching this with interest.
59.
Daryl Gurney and Gerwyn Price, who are coming up next. You say a big win here for Rob Cross. Mensur is in a spot of bother.
140.
It would mean that the winner of Price and Gurney very much in that mix again for the top 4, but I think whatever happens, Wayne, it's going to be a fantastic finale in Leeds.
Yeah. And then we have the playoffs. Top 4 in the league, 1, 2, 3 and 4 go to London. Who will it be? Tickets are available for Leeds next week and at the O2. If you fancy it, why wouldn't you fancy it? Do you fancy this, Mensur? 51 ball. Oh yeah. Bullseye!
96.
Well, he missed the double 18 last leg, missed the bullseye now. At least he's creating chances now, Stu, because the first 2 legs created nothing.
Yeah, it's got to be the 19s route, just in treble, so treble 19 double.
37.
His worst visit of the match so far, so this is a chance for Mensur to win a leg, but also to break a throw.
Yeah, Rob could have kept closer order there. He just kind of threw that last dart away and it hit the treble 1. If you hit the treble, Mensur would have known it'd have been on a double, and that 25 is not so simple.
I've been talking to Mensur, whatever happens, he's made great strides, hasn't he, from his
81.
His Premier League debut, which turned into be, for him, something to consign to that dustbin of darting history. But you learn a lot from that first
57.
year, and Mensur certainly has.
Yeah, I just think that was a bit freaky last year with Mensur. Played 9 games, averaged 99, could hardly string a result together,
85.
and he was just getting beat left, right and centre. MVG fans. And this year, he's just found a way, hasn't he? Such a respected figure, Mensur Suljovic.
96.
I think he was just doing a bit of running repairs there.
Mensur still averaging around 99, Rob Cross 104. Decent numbers. Wade and Smith
60.
in the first match of the night, 7 apiece. James Wade up to 18 points, stays in 3rd place. And Mensur Suljovic victory would see the Austrian
177.
go ahead. But he's got a lot to do. Another terrific visit from Rob Cross, a 177 to add to 4 maximums so far.
Got to go ball.
105.
Well, it leaves 170. Rob Cross will be looking to leave a single darter. Back upstairs.
99. Mensur
Threw it well,
170.
just deflected off. Now these are big moments for
82.
both players.
Robbie requires 72.
72 for another breaker throw. Double 6. His darts just lay slightly to the right, so if he does go on the outside, it's a great marker.
Game shown in 5th
But
leg.
none of it,
Rob
straight in.
Cross.
4-1,
6
Rob
legs
Cross,
dropped into the first.
averaging 107. Brilliant performance. Look at that, bang in the middle.
'86.
Putting a bit of pressure on Michael van Gerwen. Van Gerwen won't like the fact that he may not finish top. And Rob Cross sitting on top of the pile, very much on merit.
It's happened a few times where he's been pushed with Peter Wright a few years ago, Dave Chisnell, Michael Smith last year, but it's always been in Michael's hands. And now it's not.
59.
And if you're relying on a former world champion to capitulate, to fold, good luck with that. Rob finished 4th in his debut year last year in the Premier League phase. Didn't win any of his last 5. This year, he's galloping for the line.
Well, this is game 15, isn't it, for all the players left in. Cross has only lost 3. Some going.
140.
If he manages to win this week and beat James Wade next week, he will accumulate 24 points. Only Michael van Gerwen and Phil Taylor have ever accumulated as many points as that. So he's in esteemed company. It's going a different way. Just fancy 39 or 51, Mensur. Well, that leaves 53.
81.
Could have gone 17 there, but chose to leave tops.
'93. Mensur requires 40.
Well, this would be for a 5th break of throw in 6 legs of darts. Yep, Mensur is scrapping away, showing a bit of Sheffield steel.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? Looks so focused as well.
83.
Just 3 different release points there for Rob Cross. Doesn't want to start going low. That's the dart that causes him the trouble.
100.
The fireworks of those opening 3 legs just not there for Rob Cross at the moment. 4 maximums in 3 legs of darts.
123.
Good adjustment to the radar.
Yeah, the first game was an edgy affair. Missed doubles, left, right and centre. This one started off at a rapid pace, and like you said, Stu, there was 180s, 140s flying in everywhere, but it's all settled down. Just feeling a bit of tension, I've got to say. Put it this way, they don't look like they're enjoying it right now.
140.
Really is down to business, serious business.
105. Mensur 118.
He was 3-0 down. Cross had a chance to go 4-0 up as well.
Well, he's messed this up, but if he can leave a double, which he has.
Rob 126.
After he hit the one, that was the best he could do. Is to leave a single darter. But you've got to feel that Rob Cross is going to get a dart at ball or maybe double 6. Now he needs the bullseye. Oh, wow. Timing, holding it together, the composure, because that second dart from Rob Cross is not what he wanted. But that bullseye was. Look at that. Former world champ.
Yeah, that's a real big blow as far as Mensur Suljovic is concerned. He was sat on tops to get back to within just 1 leg. 7 legs played, 6 of them won against the darts.
Yeah, and Rob Cross showing his real class on the outer ring. Thrown 7, hit 5, 71%. That is, they're the kind of spells you need, Stu, to be top of the league, to be anywhere near it.
Timing is everything. Suljovic has got to find something, some more consistency. The scoring just hasn't really matched his opponents so far. It's Rob Cross's to lose from here, but of course it was in Rotterdam, and he did.
Yeah.
139.
Yeah, Rob Cross was 5-1 up on that occasion, and somehow managed to lose each and every remaining leg.
140.
How will this pan out?
67.
Starts on a 57. No, up for the 60. Well, that leaves 36.
Mensur 161.
James Wade took this out in the previous game. Mensur can't. For 6-2, Rob Cross wants double 18.
60.
Well, the way things are going, Mensur Suljovic will be looking to Leeds and having to beat Michael van Gerwen to stand a chance of qualifying. Double 9.
He's shown the A flag. Rob Cross, not that he's mentioned it, but first, he won.
Well, the first dart, a double 9 that wasn't in. Kind of try and use them as a barrier if you can. So, you know, hit the double alongside it, which is what Rob Cross did. It's a well-controlled, well-thrown dart. It's in again.
140.
Mathematically, a draw is all that Cross needed tonight. But on 20 points, it was going to take something very, very special for him to not qualify. But 1 point, and he's definitely in. Last year he qualified in 4th place with 19 points, and it's that sort of 18, 19 point mark over the last 5 or 6 years that will get you in, but it may be not enough this year. We shall see.
Yeah, the points are being shared out, aren't they? They really are.
99.
Cross's last match against James Wade in Leeds next Thursday.
57.
It's a perfect dart for Mensur. Going to stay there?
100.
Yes.
Left double 15.
He
He needs it.
He should split it. 2 double 14. That's what he should.
Mensur Suljovic. 10th leg is dropped to throw class. Game on. $136.
When Rob Cross has darts above the treble that he wants, he's a different player. Like most of the top echelon.
60.
Some players like Mensur, Phil Taylor in the day, they like them slightly below.
108.
But Rob 105.6, Mensur 98.
And again, as you say, the finishing 6 out of 10 on the doubles for Rob Cross.
He's just
100.
world class on a daily basis. That's what he is. Just at the moment, he's got to get over the MVG-itis that he has. Whatever that hold is over Michael that Michael has over him is peculiar.
Well, Cross will be hoping the O2 is the time to end the hoodoo. Will be the perfect place to end the hoodoo.
81.
It's not just the wins over Rob, it's the performances of Rob Cross that will bother him.
The manner of the win, the size of the win.
Yeah.
Or in Cross's case, the
56.
size of the hammering that he's taking.
Well, Rob deciding there that hunting the 57 to leave ball was a folly venture. In the end, he left 70.
60. Robbie requires 70.
Now, is this the time? He gets to 7, gets the point.
And gets to the O2. There is the point that makes absolutely certain that Rob Cross goes to the playoffs as if we didn't know before. And now he's a leg away from the win, which would take him 3 clear of Michael van Gerwen. All the pressure on van Gerwen in the race for top spot. He comes up later on. Last match tonight against Peter Wright.
We saw Mensur Suljovic's body language there. If he loses this leg, Mensur, he then goes 17 points with +1 leg difference. He was +6. So it would be a darting disaster for him this evening. Started in a good position, but playing Rob Cross tonight and Michael van Gerwen next week. The most difficult run-in you can have.
Well, he's looking to finish it off here, isn't he? Certainly for Daryl Gurney and Gerwyn Price. They will know that whatever happens, a win, and they're in the top 4, and their destiny is in their own hands going to Leeds.
Well, this is what they wanted to see. They wanted to see Rob Cross do a number on the amiable Austrian. And at the moment, it's working out that way. Every leg matters, it really does. Needs another.
140.
Gets it, leaves 1, 2, 4.
140. Mensur
Pressure all the way. That's what Cross has done to Mensur Suljovic. Kept him under it. 54 for ball. Bullseye now. Stunning.
Shot the 11 flag. Mensur Suljovic. Come met die schram te throw klaar. Game on. '96.
Bit of a skip in the Suljovic step.
Yeah, this is all getting a bit too close for comfort if you're Rob Cross. Well, that divides them again. That's his 6th. It's his 50th. 50th maximum for Rob Cross in this year's PL.
And as you say, timing is everything. And it was there just as Suljovic sniffed an opportunity. 180 followed by a 7th 180.
Yeah, that's magnificent. It really is. If Michael van Gerwen, well, Rob Cross has got to finish this off first. If he does and Michael van Gerwen doesn't win his game, Rob Cross will top the table.
But to wrap it up in some style with an 11 dart leg. 12 will do.
13. Mensur 161.
Can he save it? Save the match with a 1-2-4. Cannot save it with a 1-6-1.
93. Robbie require 32.
Averaging 104, 7 maximums, 50% on the doubles. Well, this is a 5th match dart. And he gets there in the end. Terrific there from Rob Cross. He goes 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League table with 1 week to go. All the pressure back on Michael van Gerwen. Is that going to be a mortal blow for Mensur Suljovic's hopes of qualifying? We shall see. It means added importance. A huge match is on the way, coming up between Daryl Gurney and Gerwyn Price in the race for the playoffs.
Really should be a match to salivate over.
You could argue it's a must-win.
Brilliant finishing from Daryl Gurney.
Roar of Gerwyn Price. Yeah! It's gone! Oh, wow! All he's thinking about is the playoffs.
Big time darts live from Sheffield. We saw Michael Smith and James Wade tie 7 apiece. Rob Cross beating Mensur Suljovic 8-4. Daryl Gurney, Gerwyn Price coming next. Huge match that one. And rounding off the night, mighty Michael van Gerwen against Peter Snakebite Wright. Suljovic against Cross. Cross averaging 102.66, 47% on his doubles. Suljovic averaged 98.59. Couldn't live with Cross, who's on fire. An 8-4 victory. So Cross, 3 points clear at the top of the table, 22 from Michael van Gerwen on 19, Wade on 18, and Mensur Suljovic 17 points so far. One match left. Let's hear from Rob Cross talking to Stuart Pike.
Rob, well done. As if we didn't know before, mathematically you are now definitely the O2.
Well, that's what obviously we all dream of at the start, and lucky for me really, I played it twice now and I've qualified twice, and this time round on finals night I want it to be better, and I am a lot better this year than what I was last year with illness.
You seem more comfortable. John Park was saying pre-match that it looked like you were having fun again, you're enjoying the darts.
I love my darts now, and to be honest with you, I've done a lot of learning last year. I took a lot of things in, but I didn't feel like I developed with it really as a dart player. At least now the world has probably gone a little bit too, and I've learned and experienced. I can go up there and have fun and enjoy it and win games, what I want to be doing.
You can see that on your face as well. I mean, over 100 average again, some terrific scoring. Your finishing's around 47% for the whole tournament, which is terrific.
It's not too bad. No, in fairness, I come out like a train tonight. I thought it started really well, and then all of a sudden, I made myself a little bit edgy actually. It was weird, but I'm really glad sort of towards the end of the game we got ourselves together again and started scoring and get that elusive win. What Mensur's had a bit over me lately, so it's nice.
And a win in Leeds, you're top of the group and a nice £25,000 bonus.
It's not too bad for someone who's only been playing professional darts for 2 or 3 years now. Thank you.
Then there's a tenner. Thanks, Rob.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Only a tenner. You could afford more than that. Rob Cross, 3 points clear at the top of the table. Really good display, Wayne.
Yeah, he's kind of winding the guys up there. Not bad for a novice, basically. Rob Cross is a former world champ. He's not going to be someone that's afraid of achieving. Just looking at the table there, and the legs difference now as well. It's getting closer to Michael. And the thing is, all he has to do is beat James Wade. See it. Look, that's going to be a chore in itself. That's going to be difficult. But he was saying all the right things there, Rob Cross.
That's a good result for Gurney and Price as well.
Very much so, yeah. Mensur played okay, but it was a bit of a slow start. And Daryl Gurney and Gerwyn Price will now think, hold on, we've been given even more of a lifeline. Price cannot afford to lose this match. Therein lies the pressure. Last week, he kind of buckled. Daryl Gurney didn't. He had to play Michael van Gerwen and did a job. I think it's another close game. I've got to say that the Michael Smith-James Wade game was too close to call, and it turned out to be just that. I can see Gurney and Price being the same. But Rob Cross is someone who's achieved previously winning the Worlds. He's not going to buckle next week. James Wade is going to have to play brilliant to get any kind of result against him.
And of course it puts pressure on Michael van Gerwen, doesn't it?
If he doesn't win tonight, Rob Cross will top the table. Now, only Michael van Gerwen and only Phil Taylor have ever done that. This is a big achievement, and the 25 grand is just a little bonus for these players now. That used to be a huge payday back in our day, but look, Rob Cross is making all the right noises, he's doing all the right things. Top of the table, what more can he do?
Coming next, a match of real high-pressure tungsten.
The price is right!
Gerwyn Price now flexing his muscles literally and metaphorically.
Darting entertainment at its finest.
Gerwyn Price, the first Welsh winner of a PDC major.
When you're not walking and talking as a man.
should be a match to salivate over.
You could argue it's a must-win.
Brilliant finishing from Daryl Gurney.
Roar of Gerwyn Price. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, wow! All he's thinking about is the playoffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Steel City of Gerwen! Welcome back to the Unibet Premier League, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on Sky Sports as we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. The winner of the Grand Slam and the winner of 6 PDC ranking events, the Iceman, Gerwyn.
Chump like a candle, dance. The rest speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom, deadly. When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better gain weight. You better hit bulls out of kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while I DJ boss.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the World Grand Prix and the winner of the Players' Championship Finals. It's time to meet Super Chin Daryl Gurney.
Reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline. Good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now warm, touching warm, reaching out. Touching me, touching you. Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was. Good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was.
Let's carry on all guys, brilliant! Sheffield rocking, Gurney against Price. Smiles on faces, but it's serious business this one.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, defeat for either could spell the end, especially Gerwyn Price. If he does lose, he will not be able to qualify for the O2 because James Wade is already on 18 points. Michael Van Gerwen and Rob Cross, they're kind of away and gone. And Daryl Gurney will be on 18 minimum, so Price cannot afford to lose. A draw is not a disaster for Daryl Gurney, but it's really not good enough for Price. He needs to win here.
How much pressure are they under?
Yeah, I've kind of been in a similar situation with like the inaugural Premier Leagues back in the day, and it's not nice. because you end up thinking that, right, it's come down to this, but it's taken 3 months to get here. And you keep thinking about what's gone before and what may come after, but it's all about tonight. That's all they can do, is just concentrate on tonight.
Gurney's got Smith next week, Price's got Wright. Both will feel they can win those games.
Well, yeah, they should do. Quite rightly, they should. But first off, it's about now, Dave. They've got to just think, right, do a job. Price did an excellent job on Daryl the opening night of this Premier League, beat him 7-4. He'd like that again.
Price looks in a better mood this week. He looks a bit moody last week.
Yeah, he didn't fancy it last week, did he?
Commentators John Parr and Stuart Parr.
Thank you, Dave.
140.
Business heads on for Daryl Gurney and for Gerwyn Price. Huge night ahead after over 3 months of darts, certainly for Gerwyn Price. It comes down to this week for now, and next week, who knows? A win for Price, would you believe, goes into the top 4 and his destiny's in his own hands.
55.
Defeat for Price, he's out of contention, he won't make the playoffs. And a win for Gurney, again, it's in his own hands. But
80.
Rob Cross's heavy win over Mensur Suljovic has opened so many doors now, John Parr, in the race for those playoffs.
Yeah, everyone will feel like they have at least a decent chance if they just play their own game. That's what you always think. If it's in my control, I can do it, and there'll be some confidence. Yes, it'll be nervy, but they'll know they can get the job done if they do their bit.
121.
There we go. A 1-2-1, and the roar because it left him a finish, and I think we're going to see more of that from the Welshman over the next half an hour or so. Plays, thrives on adrenaline. So too does his opponent, but Gurney, certainly in this Premier League,
60.
has just reined in a little.
170.
He's been so good at times as well. Another of those would leave double 18.
96. Go and you require
Still
100.
has to watch Price try and break his throw in this opening leg. He'll need treble 19 for double 19. Yeah, so double 19, not the way he mapped it out when he walked to the Aki.
62. Go you require
Chances you
74.
feel that Gerwyn Price has to take. How many darts will Gurney get at a double? Well, he's hit treble 11, so only one dart at double 16. That's all it takes.
Second leg go.
No wild celebrations, no fist pumps. A determined, steely look in the steel city of Sheffield.
58.
Strike one to Daryl Gurney.
But he lets Price off of a poor start with an even worse one. Giving Price a chance to settle down a bit after missing that double 19 to break.
100.
Maybe a bit disappointed.
By my reckoning,
58.
although it did take me 9 attempts to get my maths O level, John, but by my reckoning, even a draw wouldn't put Daryl Gurney into the top 4.
58.
He would be trailing Mensur on legs 1 against the throw, both on the same leg difference of +2
98.
as it is now. But Price, we know, thrives on the pressure,
98.
on the situation, on the big games, on the big stages.
Yeah, when you're that kind of a player, it doesn't always end up working, though. You can't just rely on getting into tight spots and knowing you'll come out of it. It's good to be efficient in those times of a match, but there's no guarantees. It's much easier to just roll out ahead of your opponent, steamroll them a bit, and go about your business that way. You don't always want to be under pressure, and I think that's where maybe Mensur's in trouble in this league table. He's won a lot of great things, but He's had to. It's double top here to level. And that's a good, steady, non-panicky dart to hold his throw.
Game on.
Yeah, pressure was on. Gurney leaving himself on 36. And Price handling it well.
58.
Yeah, he just rattled a bit, wasn't he? Whatever went on the stage last week with James Wade and Gerwyn, Price. Only the players will really know, but it affected Price, and that defeat really means that it's all down to him. 2 wins.
96.
He's heading to London for Gurney. 2 wins. He's heading to London. The tightest race we've had for the playoffs since we
92.
saw the Premier League increase to 10 players back in 2013 now. 7th year.
140.
Price looking for the same or better. But that leaves him 130, and he'll be back for that. An opportunity to get the first break of throw of the match. Not much pressure being applied behind him either.
59.
No troubles.
Oh, you record 130.
Well, that's a bit of a shocking dart, given the opportunity.
Brilliant recovery.
106.
Terrific from Price to lead double 12. I was going to say Gurney was going to need his highest check out of the Premier League. Currently standing at 140.
Oh, you require 24.
Price has taken out 170, you may remember.
On the third leg.
Well, that is just as big as far as he is concerned. 1 dart at double 12. Break of throw.
Game on.
And he is thriving under pressure.
Yeah, back-to-back 170 finishes that Price was a part of, you're mentioning.
Absolutely. A win for Price. That's fine margins,
60.
it really is. Defeat for Price, he's out. A win for Price, he goes 4th. Not too much on the scoring stakes thus far for Daryl Gurney.
100.
Averaging only around 85. His opponent 10 or 11 points better off.
Yeah, Gurney seeming to struggle to get his first start in that treble. And even in the finishing and setup phase of play.
He has done what he said he would
84.
do. Come out all guns blazing. He's coming out fired up. We're seeing the celebrations. We've seen more celebrations in 4 legs here from Gerwyn Price than we possibly have over the last 4 weeks.
Well, he's not left anything in reserve, so we better hope he gets the job done early and gets that steamroller going.
Well, he knows it's all or nothing. That's the state of play.
And the other part of it is, as he
he
goes up 3-1, and the other part is exactly that, the leg difference so crucial. A heavy win would really be beneficial for either of these, and it's looking like it's Price with that opportunity opening up.
100.
Well, Price won on the opening night, and these two faced off in Newcastle
58.
3 months ago, right at the start of February. 7-4 score.
$134.
3 legs on the spin for the Welshman. 2 180s now for the Welshman.
Yeah, well, he's settled in, as we would say, and Gurney yet to really
97.
have any sort of comfort factor at all, scoring or otherwise.
A draw, decent-ish result, I should say, for Gurney. A draw really wouldn't do Gerwyn Price any favours. At the moment, you feel it is win or bust for the Welshman.
Well, 170 left. He didn't need to go for it or anything, but just not looking aggressive. That first dart all over the place, but he recovered well. At 45, which he'll be back for. Under some amount of pressure, though. Leaves tops. 60, excuse me.
Double 16, got to go for Gurney.
He's on the fifth leg.
A leg he really had to win, and a leg he does win. Price with the advantage, 3-2 and a break-up. They're both used to handling pressure situations. They are both major winners. They both know what it takes. Who is going to deliver?
60.
If they look at the opponent, Price wasn't looking.
32.
Gurney certainly was at Price.
And Price seemingly struggling a bit, and Gurney seizing the initiative.
Feel the attention on the stage, but Price is averaging 10 points more than Daryl Gurney at the moment.
58.
Yeah, he looks more comfortable, but it's not every single visit. He's looking awkward at times, but certainly the first dart in a lot more.
105.
For my money, for Gerwyn Price. He's 129. Should have to go for it.
140. You're 129.
Starts at a 19, so treble 20. Now can only set it up and hope 89. He isn't broken.
Now you require 103.
A big visit. Treble 20. What a big dart this is.
79.
Well, Price wasn't looking.
You require 40.
Looking fixed on that target.
He's on the
a terrific dart. One dart for Daryl Gurney for 3 apiece. That's a superb dart from Price. 4 out of 6 on the doubles, and so far he is handling that pressure, John.
108.
First for the Irishman.
Yeah, plenty of time in this match.
52.
Oh, lovely strokes at that treble 20. 6 starts into a 9.
123. Now you're 141.
And this performance in this leg, Stuart, has come out of nowhere because he's had no comfort at all scoring, but really has got it together in this leg, and for his sake, he hopes he'll keep that going forward. But first off,
44.
a chance for a 10-dart leg.
Now you're going 36.
On the double 18.
He's on the 7th leg. Daryl.
Can dart it
They
is.
go into throw first. Game.
And that is a warning shot across the bow. Gerwyn Price.
Here's the response. There's the response. There's the reaction. There's the roar. High intensity tungsten. Both now really are stepping it up when it really, really matters.
And quite a costly fall out there for Gurney.
100.
He has the range, though. He's throwing with much more composure and confidence at that treble 20. And you would do after being 6 into a 9-dart leg.
100.
But the response has been rapid and emphatic. Price looking to re-establish that
60.
key 2-leg advantage.
$89.
It's okay. That'll do nicely. Don't often see Gerwyn Price over this side of the board.
You require 32. On the A flag.
I don't know why not if he's just
absolutely 5 out of 7, John, under real pressure in a game he has to win, simply has to win, and he is winning and he's performing.
Yeah, great doubling in this match from the two of them. 3 of 4, 5 of 7. Really, the consistency in the scoring has been a little less than perhaps what each of them would like.
Well, we dared to dream, didn't we, after those 6 perfect darts for Daryl Gurney?
100.
Have to go all the way back to 2017 for the last Premier League 9-darter. Struck by Adrian Lewis against Raymond van Barneveld.
140.
Price's average goes up to 101.
$140.
Here's an opportunity for Price with 6 good darts to really get a stranglehold on the match. Oh,
80.
And that cost him big. It wasn't worth the risk at the bull.
Lady Luck not sitting on Price's shoulder, shaking his head in the background.
59.
Not too much damage. But this is for another break of throw, you know. This is absolutely critical for both players. He'll switch, he'll switch.
127.
You're looking for
148.
treble 7, of course, to leave tops. So Price will be back with 2 darts
100.
to strike a massive blow, and it really would be.
Yeah, huge break of throw if this goes in. 2 darts or tops, taking his time. That focus is there once again. 6 of 8 on the double. 6 legs, 1 is the key there. 1 leg away from a point. 2 from 2.
140.
Well, I've got to say, John, I doff my cap to Gerwyn Price. I really do. When it's really, really mattered, he has stepped up. He's got to finish it off. 2 more legs
41.
for a victory, which will put him in the top 4.
Yeah, and he really stated he was meant business with that when he celebrated that 1-2-1 to leave a finish, the 160 in the first leg.
105.
He put it all out there. This means everything. Every dart is critical to him, and so far, it's been the difference. His absolute desire to win this match and to stay alive.
Of course, a win for Price puts him in the top 4, knocks Suljovic out of the top
35.
4, and means that Gurney's destiny won't be in his own hands.
$85.
I think it's a credit to all the competitors that so many people are in the equation, even now.
130.
Treble 17 for tops. Unlucky, just next door. Oh, that's unlucky as well. That would have left a double.
59.
That's a brilliant response.
Yeah, well, you can't let yourself get upset. You have the position. Your opponent needs 6 darts to finish. He's not going to have a chance. So you don't let that bother you. You can't afford to.
And he didn't.
And he didn't. You're right. He almost looked like he was, and then he thought about it for a brief second, and he made up for it.
What a big dart this is.
60.
What a big dart that was.
Oh, you require 80.
And now the chance to pounce. To steal a break, a throw, double 10. Perfect. No celebration. Cooley collects the darts. Walks back to start the next leg, and all of a sudden has a chance, still himself at 2 points, alive.
Well, he knows how important that could be. Has he blown it? He was 6 out of 8 on the doubles.
59.
3 clear darts at double 16 and double 8 for 7-3. And you have to say, at that stage, the way that Gurney was playing and the way that Price was playing, there wasn't too much of a chance and a way back for Daryl Gurney, but he's been given a lifeline. Can he grab it?
137.
Every leg pivotal for Daryl Gurney at this point. Can't afford that with the throw, especially. Giving it away, the advantage there.
Got to switch.
58.
Not the visit that he wanted.
Yeah.
Price there.
Didn't deliver the punishment he wanted to.
No.
Well, there's a lot of tension in this game. The brave faces and the determination is there. So much tension, it gets into your throw.
85.
That 5 costing Gurney, leaving a finish.
93.
How important could that prove to be?
Yeah, fantastic last dart, treble 18. Only needs 1 treble to get an opportunity for double next visit.
140.
Yeah, he may well have left 35, but it was the right thing for me there, Gurney. It was sitting beautifully for another treble. But will he get a shot, Gurney? Tops for Price.
94.
Another chance goes begging.
35.
And another leg goes begging. Gerwyn Price has missed 3 darts for 7-3. He's missed another dart for 7-4.
60.
And now the pressure is beginning to tell, but my oh my, that 10th leg. Has it turned this game completely around?
96.
Gurney now, John. Gurney now has only missed 1 dart at a double. Terrific response. He still has the advantage. He still has the break of throw. He holds his throw twice. He wins the match.
Yes, that was a great 180. And you need to string great turns together this stage of the match. You can't afford to have a non-treble turn. You open up the door now for Gurney. Can Gurney get a maximum? Leave 1-4-5 all of a sudden. It's the sort of things that happen in matches at this point.
Well, they haven't disappointed, have they? It's so much riding on this match.
Well, Gurney only really managed to keep pace, but this could be a poor turn. He wants the 19s probably. Yes, but he misses those. So 6 darts for Gurney from 2-2-5 to level the match.
What a turnaround, what drama. Price clearly thinking about the trials and tungsten tribulations that he's suffered over the last 3 legs or so, and the pressure, is it beginning to tell?
85. Daryl, you require 95.
Is it going to be 3 legs on the spin for Daryl Gurney? 1 dart. And he's only missed 1 dart all match. And he still only missed one dart. 6 out of 7. Gurney is back in it at 6 apiece. Incredible drama. But has Gerwyn Price blown his big chance? 3 darts missed to win 7-3. Another dart missed to win 7-4.
140.
The draw, in many ways, not the result that either would want.
140.
Not enough for Price, but you would feel that from 6-3 down, Gurney would have settled for a point.
Well, you would feel also if Gurney holds his throw here, Price is going to have a really tough time doing so himself, with everything going against him. The mood he must feel like from being 6-4 up,
100,
or 6-3 up, and to go to 6-4 in that painful fashion, missing those doubles. But the performance in this match that is the best part of it really is Gurney's 6 out of 7 at double. That's why he's now level. Price has outscored him.
60. Now you're going 167.
Well, who would have believed it? This is why we love the darts.
57.
It can all change in an instant. It can all change in one visit of 3 darts. And Price has to be telling himself here, 6 darts from 201. That'll do for starters.
100.
Yeah, leaves 96.
Now you're 110.
But Gurney has finished so well. He's got that treble. So 10. It's tops for 7-6 and a point.
90.
Significantly
96.
low. Tension.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it's a massive moment this for Gerwyn Price. Gotta focus. He may look at double-double. So here we go. You feel that he has to get this to stay in the Premier League. Oh, that's magnificent! That is simply sensational from Gerwyn Price. What a dart! Huge, huge moment. Double-double. Magnificent!
He's still not done, unfortunately. Now he has to compose himself. However he does it, put in a good leg with the throw, because Gurney will not give up. He might be going second in the leg, but it's not done in his mind.
Well,
game on.
Sheffield is well famous for its steel. That was Sheffield steel. That was Titanic tungsten. Magnificent from Price.
105.
Steely nerves.
If Price wins, he goes into the top 4. But there's another chapter to be written
140.
in this last leg.
Yeah, you can just see Gurney, complete opposite of Price. He's composing himself quietly, summoning up all his concentration. A great start. He wants a 12-dart leg, and he'll hope that that's good enough. He got a 140 to start. You feel he needs a treble, and he gets one. So on course, could still do it.
Now this is the Premier League at its very, very best, at its optimum.
96.
Both players producing some wonderful, wonderful moments. Who is going to have the last say?
100.
Well, only 100, but a very, very much a class leg from Gurney so far. And I wouldn't put it past him finishing that 161.
95. Now you're at 161.
So treble 17. now he has the comfort of thinking, okay, I can pressure, I'll probably come back. Probably be back for this.
146.
Yes! Oh, he can't, can he? Agonising!
33.
Agonising for Gerwyn Price. One dart miss for the match. It's going to be one dart for Daryl Gurney for the draw. And a draw it is! And a draw it is! Well, well, well. Yeah, I'm not sure about that from Daryl Gurney. Not sure about that. Some shenanigans on the stage. Well, words exchanged. Words exchanged. And George Noble here is separating both the players. Gerwyn Price has something to say. Daryl Gurney has something to say. It's all boiling over. It's all boiling over. Well, they're having to be separated. A 7-7 draw. In 17 points for Gurney, 16 for Price. Are they calming it down? But it looks like they are. There was a lot of angst, a lot of anger on the stage. Price had an opportunity with a dart to win it and a dart to go into the top four. Price now has to win next week in Leeds against Peter Wright and hope that results go his way. Well, huge drama before, during and after this epic struggle. Oh, Gurney stops off. There's the point. Well, Price had the opportunity. And they will have words. They will come together. The big celebration. Not too much love lost there. Pointing. Words. Fire. And brimstone in the Steel City. And George Noble, the referee, getting involved. Security getting involved. It finished 7-7. And we'll be back with more drama in a moment or two as Van Gerwen takes on Peter Wright.
Pressure cooker of a match here in Sheffield. Nearly boiled over on the big stage. Gurney and Price exchanging words. Security had to come on stage. Got a bit nasty. And this is what's happened tonight. 7 apiece between Smith and Wade. Rob Cross, an 8-4 victory over Mensur Suljovic. Daryl Gurney, Gerwyn Price, 7 apiece. That's only half the story. And rounding off the night, still to come, Michael van Gerwen against Peter Snakebite Wright. Fireworks on off the stage tonight. Really exciting game, high standard, fine finishing. And it got a bit nasty at the end. Price, 6th place, 16 points. Daryl Gurney, 17 points, 5th place. Still not out, but what about the end there, John? Got a bit nasty.
Well, yeah, it looked like to me Daryl was more upset. I think he had a little bit of relief though in getting the draw. And something just snaps when a match is over anyway. And it's odd when it's a draw situation, or sometimes even if you lost and you threw the last dart. But the thing is, I think he just let it get the better of him. He just kind of snapped a bit. I think that Price was okay. He didn't really realize the aggro that was there until he was confronted a bit. And then obviously he's going to stand up for himself. I think it's just all that tension spilling over a bit. I don't think there's much to it. I don't know if Gerwyn's going to like seeing that now. I hope they're okay somewhere, you know. But definitely Daryl was worked up about something.
Well, Price seemed to finish the game okay. It was Daryl that was the initial aggressor, but
yeah.
Gerwyn Price is in a position where he cannot react. He can't react to anything that's going on anymore. He's got this possible suspended 6-month ban hanging over his head because of what happened in the Grand Slam. He cannot react, and whilst he did a little, I don't know what he did wrong. We didn't hear anything.
Gurney initiated it, didn't he?
That's the way it seemed to me, but we don't know. We don't know. We don't know what was happening, what was set up here. A bit like last week with James Wade and Gerwyn Price. We don't know. All we know is at the end that Daryl Gurney was definitely the aggressor then. You could see that Gerwyn Price had his back towards Daryl Gurney and had no idea what was going on. It was a pressure cooker kind of atmosphere, and that's what happens, I'm afraid.
Some great moments, the double from Price.
Absolutely, to get the leg before, and all that emotion came out, and Daryl Gurney, a fantastic final leg, really just concentrated, 140, ton, got down, took out the 64 with the 1 dart for 15 dart leg. But under all that pressure, something had to snap maybe. Job well done to both of them as far as the darts throwing and doing everything they can to try and stay in this thing and to get to the O2 in London.
Let's look at this way, this happened early in the match.
Yeah, you see that Gerwyn Price has gone to the table. Well, is that a noise that Price made at the table, or was it Daryl Gurney kind of peacocking, showing his plumage because he's hit the double? What was it? I don't know.
You don't want to take that out of Price's game, though, do you?
Look, I've been saying this. I like the way he plays the game. We can't have robots. No, but the players have got to control themselves. They've got to control themselves. We've played many a time, me and John. There's always times when there's things that you don't like, but you just you crack on with it, and then you sort it out after. However you're going to sort it out, I don't know.
Let's have a look at the league table, because still a week to go. Leeds is going to be brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't really had time to react on that, but yeah, it's just a log jam there. 16, 17, 17. And even the 18, James Wade, maybe not entirely comfortable, but I think his leg difference, he's good. Two people are getting knocked out of there.
The draw for Price is no good.
No.
It's no good. He's relying on others now, and that's not a position you want to be in. It's not a situation that he would have hoped for, but that's the way it is. But yeah, a night full of drama.
Big night for Van Gerwen tonight. 3 points adrift second place in the table. He's not used to that, is he?
But no, he's not used to it. When he's finished top of the table, invariably it's been in his hands. Well, it has been. It's not anymore. It really isn't.
It is. It's in his hands to still have a chance.
To have a chance, yeah.
Yeah, he has to win.
If he loses tonight, Rob Cross will be the league phase winner, and he'll join Michael Van Gerwen and only Phil Taylor.
A draw, maybe? Yeah.
Possibly.
Peter Wright, pressure's off him. He can perform tonight, can't he?
I think that the last time they met, all the pressure was on Peter Wright, struggling to stay in the race somehow. Michael was very comfortable and won easily, as he normally does against Peter. This time, Peter just has a free wild card game to try and get revenge, exact his revenge onto the world number 1 and world champion.
Sub-9 Sheffield, Wright against Van Gerwen, hitting this stage next.
World number 1 proves without any shadow of a doubt that he is the number 1. Michael Van Gerwen stands on top of the world of darts.
Absolutely majestic. It does not get better than that.
Magnificent Michael Van Gerwen, who raises the roof
Michael van Gerwen is in beast mode.
That is as good as you will see anywhere.
Michael van Gerwen is simply sensational.
Just not missing.
For the second time, Michael van Gerwen earns the right to say, I am the world champion.
Energy.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the magnificent Steel City of Sheffield and the Unibet Premier League, brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation, live on Sky Sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. A German dance master and the winner of the UK Open, a Premier League and World Championship finalist, the winner of 20 PDT ranking events. Let's get this party started! Snake Bite! Peter! And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to meet the world number one, the reigning and defending four-time Premier League champion and a three-time champion of the world, Michael.
It's a bit friendly up there now.
Yeah. Well, when they're going to play and they're going to just have some fun doing it, you can tell. Although, it's a little bit of a serious situation for our world champ, and gives a wave there, the appreciation of the audience. But yeah, MVG has some work to do tonight, and well, Peter Wright's just the sort of fellow that maybe has some fun in getting away. Mischievous character, he's dressed for it. That's what he wants to do. He wants to cause problems for Michael van Gerwen, return the favor that so often happened the other way around.
No pressure on Wright tonight, is there?
None, really. I mean, the only pressure he has is performance-wise. His game's been in and out, and it was okay on the weekend. So maybe you feel he's okay and ready to do some damage here. That's the only pressure he feels is about his performance level, not in terms of the result.
First leg is Michael.
What was your team? Wayne Miles and Rod Stewart.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Well, Michael van Gerwen here chasing the tail of Rob Cross at the top of the table as he toes the hockey for the first time in this contest against Peter Wright. He's 3 points behind the former world champion. Van Gerwen has 2 to play, including this one. Cross now has just 1. So if Van Gerwen gets beat here, Cross will finish top of the table. And as far as Peter Wright's concerned, he can't qualify. He hasn't won since week 5. He's lost 6 of his last 7. Could he upset the Van Gerwen apple carts? Now, Wayne, I don't know if you've mentioned this at all tonight. I can't remember the last time I heard you mention it, but who has topped the Premier League in the Premier League era? Because you haven't mentioned it much tonight.
100. 3 times I've mentioned it. You should be listening. Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah, that was sarcasm.
I understand.
174.
You clearly don't.
The fact is that Cross will top the league if Van Gerwen does not win this match. They're going to be first and second, or second and first, aren't they? You'd have thought, but Wade might still have something to say about that, and Wright has got something to say about a first leg maximum of a start. The snake bite, will it matter? It doesn't matter a jot, does it?
Michael Van Gerwen.
11 data from MVG. Well, we've had some amazing scenes in Sheffield. We had some unsavoury scenes at the end of the last match between Gerwyn Price and Daryl Gurney, which finished in a draw.
140.
Draw for Wade tonight against Smith. Emphatic win for Rob Cross. Definitely was the boss.
These two have played each other 72 times. Away from the TV, there are
16.
tournaments week in, week out. And sometimes when there's not enough weekends in the year, they put them in the midweek.
83.
Players now watch their schedule more than ever. They have to, otherwise you will burn out. Michael Van Gerwen has beaten Peter Wright 55 times. They've drawn twice, so
54.
Peter has defeated Michael 15. We'd like to make that 16 here and scup up MVG's chances of topping the table.
139.
Well, 2 of those wins were last year in the Premier League for Snakey, weren't they?
Yes.
When he was the first and then only player to have beaten Van Gerwen twice in the same Premier League season. But we saw Daryl Gurney match that feat in this year's
100.
Premier League. Van Gerwen, remember, has failed to win on 6 occasions this year already in 14 matches.
84. Peter Wright 147.
Well, we're in Sheffield and 147 is on. No success. Not easier to make a 147 at snooker, Wayne, isn't it?
102.
Double 16.
2-0. Second leg.
Ah, yes, I see you know your finish as well.
Michael through first. Keep on.
102. Lovely conversion of the opportunity. Van Gerwen with a ton plus finish.
121.
An average currently of 116. It is quite a finale to the 2019 Premier League
82.
regular season. As close as we've ever seen it. We've seen last night shootouts for the top of the pile. I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like the last night shootout we're going to have in Leeds for the playoff places, where Wade, Suljovic, Gurney and Price can all qualify. 2 maxes for Peter Wright in the match.
He's looking good tonight, Peter Wright. I've been able to say that often.
135.
He's been very inconsistent, and his game has been based on consistency over the years.
Well, he always looks good, doesn't he, in terms of his snazzy attire?
81.
Doesn't
Michael
quite look quite as good as where he's been throwing the darts this season, has it? It's not quite happened at all for him. Not again.
Game shown the third
Good
leg.
grief.
Michael Van Gerwen.
Van Gerwen is a light here in Sheffield. He follows up the 102 with a 105. The average goes to 118.66, which coincidentally was the previous world record set by Phil Taylor before Van Gerwen broke it with the 123.4.
Correct.
The snake bite makes it 3 maximums without even having an attempt at a double.
133.
This is ludicrous.
Well, it's even more ludicrous when you consider, as you mentioned, Wayne, they play umpteen tournaments all over the globe, and they played in Austria, didn't they, last week in the Euro Tour, when Van Gerwen won 6-5, averaging 89.
100.
And tonight he's averaging 119. And in that match, there was 2 180s between them, and they've already had 3 tonight.
134.
Look at those stats. Imagine being able to do stuff like that.
140. 122.
I was about to say that Wright here will get his first leg on the board, but maybe not now. But maybe he will. He's got 2 at double 12 for an 11 or 12 dart leg. Lovely finish. Lovely leg of darts for Peter Wright, who's been under the cosh since the get-go and being slapped all over the hockey by Van Gerwen. But there had the composure, the confidence to take out an 11 dart leg to make it 3-1. Impressive.
Yeah, very. Considering Peter Wright has had some absolute stinkers in this year's Premier League. He's averaging the 80s 5 times, and just a couple of seasons ago it was averaging the 90s just a couple of times, where he was 3-figuring most of the time. There we have it, 115 plays 114. Peter Wright has put himself in positions
68
to do some damage this year, but not quite done it. Needs to start performing like this more often.
81.
Michael Van Gerwen's best average in the Premier League in this season was 109.11 against Michael Smith. That came in week 10.
93.
Yeah, he had that run for 3 weeks, didn't he?
109, 107, 106. Indeed, Wayne. But correct me if I'm wrong, James Wade has the highest average all told in this year's Premier League, doesn't he? 109.59.
Yeah.
So Van Gerwen may well have his sights set on that benchmark. And of course, the most important thing is the 2 points here.
85.
It's already taken out. 102 and 105. Is he going to stay there? Well, that leaves 78. Obviously, the bullseye wasn't a good marker for him.
Peter Carr, 127.
Well, that takes out the possibility of the 127 game for Peter Wright to get back to 3-2.
86, Michael requires 60.
20 for tops. He's going to have to shift, isn't he? But it makes no difference to the ace shot maker Van Gerwen, who goes 4-1 up and has not missed a dart at double in the match, up to press.
Perfect finishing so far for Michael Van Gerwen.
And for Peter Wright.
And for Peter Wright, yeah. Peter struggling along, losing 4-1, averaging 109.
134.
This is special, it really is.
140.
Darts is difficult.
You certainly made it look so. Finishing's difficult as well, Wayne, isn't it? But these two making it, well, like shelling peas, as Wright leaves a bogey number, having lost concentration, but any loss of concentration almost understandable given the barrage that's coming in his direction.
Yeah.
97.
That's a poor visit
It
from
is.
Michael Van Gerwen.
Whenever Van Gerwen plays like this, you always feel it's a pea shooter against tank scenario.
Michael
But
130.
Wright has played well, hasn't he? He's not submitted, he just can't land any real blows on him. But there's a chance here, Wright, to take out what would be the highest finish of the match to get back to 4-2.
Starting on the 57. Will stay there, wants the 57. Well, that disappointing.
48,
Michael van Gerwen, double 18 for 5-1.
Being shown the sixth leg.
He maintains the perfect record on double with a 13-dart leg to go 5-1 up. Leg difference is unlikely to be a factor. It could be a factor, I suppose, if both Cross and Van Gerwen finish on 21 points. Sorry, 22 points.
Yeah.
And Van Gerwen has the edge in that department.
121.
So Peter there, just limping a bit. Apparently he's injured his knee. Not quite sure how. It's not doing him any.
I'll tell you what is interesting, Wayne. Well, I find it interesting anyway. Michael van Gerwen has only had 38 maximums in the Premier League. And Peter Wright, with that his fourth, is up to 41.
114.
I think Michael's become even more of a switcher than normal.
Well, he has, but he's now bottom of the maximum count. He's literally bottom of the 8 players left in. It's amazing, really.
I rest my case, Your Honour.
16, Michael require 81.
Peter took it out to win his only leg. Michael van Gerwen takes it out, averaging 115.74. This is simply stunning.
$97. $59.
Well, not like that, MVG. Just 59. He's looking for an annihilation here.
100. $134.
In the 2014 Premier League, Simon Whitlock defeated Robert Thornton 7 legs to 5, and Whitlock did not miss a single dart at double in that match. Van Gerwen here has got to get to 8, remember, to win, but he is 6 for 6 at the moment. Wright is 1 for 1.
174.
And there is just the possibility of the first Premier League match without a single dart missed at double by either player. No bullseye shot off the 170 as Van Gerwen looks at 134. Could be 54 tops. That's academic now.
98. Peter requires 65.
And of course, no room for error. If he misses, you think Van Gerwen will go out. Dart missed at a double.
45.
Well, eventually the pressure had to tell, didn't it?
Can he keep the streak going? He can, and he's now 1 leg away and 1 double away from perfection on the outer ring. Remarkable scenes. And he loves that kind of challenge, that teasing possibility of being absolutely perfect on double. Can he hit his next shot at double to go 8 for 8?
60.
Of course, most importantly, that's just a sideshow. The most important thing is he's won in a canter, or will win in a canter here. He'll go to 21 points, 1 behind Cross, with both players having 1 to play next week, and that's in Leeds, where Wade plays Cross and Suljovic plays Van Gerwen.
100.
Well,
99.
Not the leg Michael van Gerwen wanted. I can assure you he was thinking of some kind of record average or whatever was going through his mind.
140.
Seven for 7 on the doubles, Michael van Gerwen. Can he take out the 148? Can he go? Pop, pop, pop. We shall see.
89. Michael Nicol 148.
Well, it would be some way to finish a fantastic performance. Another for tops. Oh, Michael. Wow.
Peter Nicol 112.
For stats buffs, that was the most disappointing of darts.
Yeah, forget the scoreline.
60. Michael Nicol 40.
To beat Peter Wright by 8 legs to 1. That is 8 legs to 1. Michael van Gerwen averages 110.85. Peter Wright did not play poorly, averaging 102. But Michael van Gerwen beats Peter Wright by 8 legs to 1 as the guys share a joke on the stage. Rob Cross is top, Michael van Gerwen is second. It's all about the playoffs. What a special night here in Sheffield tonight.
Smiles from Van Gerwen, why not? 110. Well, 853 to average. 73% of the doubles. High checkouts of 105 and 102. 102.29 from Wright as well. It's some nights of the darts. 7 apiece between Smith and Wade. Mensur Suljovic going down to Rob Cross, 8-4. 7 apiece. About 10 game between Gerwyn Price and Daryl Gurney. And Michael van Gerwen 8-1 over Peter Snakebite Wright. League table looks like this. Rob Cross tops the table, 22 points. Michael van Gerwen second on 21. Peter Wright propping up the rest, just 9 points so far. Let's hear from Michael van Gerwen talking to Rod Stubb.
Michael, no wonder you're smiling. A brilliant performance, an average of 110.85. That's the highest in this year's Premier League. Just give us your view of your performance tonight, would you?
Yeah, I think today was good. I felt really well. I thought at some points I could do a little bit better, but I can be happy with a performance like this. And I also think he might have the best game of the season as well. Do you know what I mean? I had to play well, and I'm glad I did. And the main thing for me was qualify today, and we'll see what's going to happen the rest of the season.
Now look, in 2014, Simon Whitlock beat Robert Thornton. He hit every single dart he threw at double 7 in a 7-5 win. If you'd have just hit that double top off the 148 finish at the end, you'd have had 8 out of 8 and not missed a dart at double. Was that something that was in your mind at all as you were playing? What was the first dart you missed at double?
I didn't even know, you know what I mean? I'm just so in the winning mood, you know what I mean? I'm not thinking about things like that. I think I played a good game, and that's the only thing that counts for me. I had 2 sloppy legs, but yeah, I take that for granted.
Let's talk about the table, because it's very exciting. Obviously, Rob has got 1 more point than you at the moment. What are your thoughts about next week and trying to finish top, which I know means a lot to you?
Yeah, of course it means a lot. Otherwise I wouldn't say in the last few years it meant a lot to me. But I count on my mate James Wright next week. He has to do well against Rob Cross, but Rob has a phenomenal season so far, and I only can blame myself for being in this position. Simple as that.
It would be a good final though, wouldn't it, you and Rob Cross, if you can both get there?
Yeah, we both...
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves though, I know, but I mean, it looks like that you're the top 2 players. It looks like a likely final.
Yeah, it could be. I'm looking forward to even go to the O2, you know what I mean? I'm going there for the 6th year running, and I feel confident, and yeah, we see what's going to happen.
Good, well done tonight, Michael. See you in Leeds. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Goes down to the wire. Last week, reside. Van Gerwen across through, but still loads to play for, Wayne.
Yeah, it really is. And the draw with Price and Gurney didn't help Price at all. Mensur Suljovic had a bit of a disaster tonight, but he's ended up in a decent spot. It is all still to play for, even at the top. The only position that's been sorted is someone that's not on the table, and that's Barney, who was eliminated.
Wade and Suljovic both got tough matches. Wade's got Cross, Van Gerwen, Suljovic.
But we've come to realise that you can't take anything for granted in this Premier League. Everyone's kind of they've got their own pressure to deal with. You've got Michael Smith and Peter Wright. Okay, they can't qualify, but they still want to go out winners. They don't want to let themselves down and their friends and family. They want to go out with a bang. And all the others are playing for positions. And what position they'll end in yes, it all comes down to the playoffs, but getting there is part of the fun. That's what it is, and nothing's been sewn up yet.
Talking about pressure, Gurney and Price. Pressure spilled over tonight.
Yeah, it did. It looked like an average affair. It didn't look like there was anything too untoward going on, but at the end there was. Look, we can't hear what's going on when the players are throwing. We don't know what the players are hearing, what's going on, but what you do know is that there's two men there that would have fought it out to the death to get one over the other one. It ended up being a draw, which it's not really any good to Gerwyn Price, but for Daryl Gurney, I think that was more relief than anything. He's so hyped up there, he really is.
Neither of them would talk to us afterwards. Price did mention that he did nothing wrong though.
Look, I think they've done the right thing by not coming to put their head in front of the camera. I think it's the best thing that they've just gone away with whoever they have, their management, and just said, right, we'll draw a line under it. The thing is, it is a pressurised situation. We do want answers. We want to know what's happened. But if Gerwyn Price thinks he's done nothing wrong, just like James Wade last week, James Wade thought he'd done nothing wrong. You can only believe them and take their word for it. But something happened. Maybe it comes out and one of them owns up or tells the story. I don't know. But it's the pressure up here. I've been in the situation where you're desperate. And you could tell there that whilst he wasn't desperate, Daryl Gurney, he was hyped. He was really hyped. The aggression that was coming out of him at the end. Did Gerwyn Price cause that? Did he come over to the table and sort of clonk his drink down? I don't know. It kind of looked like it to me. Or was it Daryl Gurney giving it the big one after he won a leg? Oh, there's so many things happening on the hockey. It's not just darts anymore.
Cheers, Wayne. Tightest Premier League ever. Goes down to wire and Leeds next week. Join us then. Plenty to keep you entertained on Sky. The dramatic final day of the season. Super Sunday, Liverpool versus Wolves from 2 p.m. Brighton versus Man City from 2:30. Sky Sports Premier League for the Liverpool Wolves game. Sky Sports main event for Brighton against Man City. Saturday, One Day International, the second one, England versus Pakistan from 10:30 on Sky Sports Cricket. It's a fantastic Formula 1 weekend. Kicks off on Friday, practice for the Spanish Grand Prix from 9:45. On Saturday, qualifying from 1 p.m. and the race itself live from 12:30 on the Sky Sports Formula 1 channel. And the Darts is back next week, final week of the league season. First direct arena in Leeds, Gerwyn Price, Peter Wright, James Wade, Rob Cross, Michael Van Gerwen against Mensur, Suljovic and Daryl Gurney against Michael Smith. Join us from 7 on Sky Sports Action. That's all we've got time for from Sheffield. Good night.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.